Hello and welcome to the show. Back at it again for the 5th episode of Brief Departure, the only podcast that you need to connect both the candidates and the voters during the student council election season. As always, we are here to give you guys the in-depth look on the candidates, their personalities, their experience, and most importantly, their vision and how it can help change KYUM for the future.
That's right. No slogan, no poster, just straight up pure conversation with the candidate himself.
With that being said, let's not waste any more time. I am Manjik. This is my co-host Muiz. Welcome to Brief Departure, and this is everything that you need to know to get up to speed on Ethan. Hello, Ethan.
Hello,
How do you
Manji.
feel?
Feeling great.
So, always welcome to the show. So, first question, as always, how did you feel when we first approached you to join this podcast?
I remember when Muiz actually contacted me during the holiday, and it was pretty exciting when I first heard that Muiz is inviting me as one of the candidates to attend this podcast. And I'm able to share with all my fellow friends in KY about myself, which definitely feel honored.
I see. So, I think we haven't had dinner yet actually. Yeah, so we're kind of hungry. So, Ethan, have you eaten yet?
Yes, in fact, I actually do.
But do you have a little more room for a little bit of snacks?
Definitely.
Yeah, as always. I mean, I heard there was like some pancakes down there right now.
Like big pancakes? Small
Yeah,
pancakes?
I kind of craving. I think it was like pancakes.
Pancakes?
Yeah, it's pancakes.
Baby pancakes?
Yeah, baby pancakes.
Ooh.
Wait, you guys need to hear this. You see, these are pancakes. These are no ordinary pancakes. You know, pancakes are limited edition, event exclusive, and only appear once in a blue moon.
Yes, sir.
They're handcrafted. They are perfected to innovations and only available at the most prestigious college events.
Fluffy, like a cloud in the sky. Flavor, rich, it should be paying taxes.
Wow.
Options, we have plenty. We have milk chocolate, white chocolate, cookies and cream, and if you're lucky enough, we have pistachio on board.
Wow, but here's the thing, guys. You can't just get pancakes. You need to achieve pancakes.
Earn the pancakes.
They appear like an urban legend, whispered through the college hallways. If you want them, you need to find them. And if you see their stall, you don't hesitate. You don't think. You run.
Run.
You run for your life.
your life.
Because when they're gone, they're gone. But lucky us, we have our hands on some of the finest pancakes you can ever lay your hands on in KYUAM.
Goodies.
So, as always, we want to give the guests a little bit of a taste. Have you tried pancakes before, Ethan?
No, actually.
No, so I think this is your first time. Right, so want to have a taste? Here you go.
Thank you.
Fikir kau nak suap?
Hey,
No, we do not do that.
Okay.
I'm not beating the allegations at that point. Ooh, that's good, man. Bro, speechless, man.
Speechless.
Bro, speechless.
I can't speak.
Can you analyze the flavor?
Can I have some? Can I have some? Look, Moyes.
Holy, it's actually quite concerning how good this pancake is. Ooh, my gosh. The pancake just melts in your mouth. Feels like heaven, man.
Look at that, man. Look at that. Look at the crumble, man. Look at the crumble. Look at the taste. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Just look at it.
You're so generous with the crumbles, you know?
Moyes,
Oh.
what do you have a taste? No. Please, I insist.
Oh my god. Look at one.
You're not beating the allegation. Okay, that aside, once again, thank you for Bankage for sponsoring this video.
Now back to the episode. Alright.
So Ethan, let's not waste any more time. First question, what exactly, just tell us about yourself. What's your experiences? What did you experience?
Okay, one important thing that I would like to mention, my name is actually Lim Ethan. So normally people call me Ethan, but they'll mistake my name as Ethan Lim, which is happening
Your
quite
name is actually
often.
Lim Ethan.
Yes.
I see. I don't know that. Okay.
So now I'll be talking about my past experiences. Ever since I was standard 4 back in my primary school, I was actually appointed as one of the prefects in my school. So I've been a prefect for 3 consecutive years, standard 4s, 5 and 6. And ever since I've joined the prefectorial board in my primary school, I've definitely got some motivation on how to lead people, and I'm pretty sure that I have a lot of interest in being one of the leaders in our school.
I see.
So this also leads me into my secondary school, which I've joined the prefectorial board for 5 consecutive years.
Ooh, 5.
Yes, 5 consecutive years since Form 1 to Form 5.
I see.
And there's like period of selection for high committees. So it was during my Form 2. And I was appointed as one of 2 of the counselors in my school. Whereby normally people mention it as Sport Exco, Acad Exco and so on. But in my school, it's known as the counselors.
The counselor. So
Yes.
what was your actual exact position?
It's actually counselor, just known as counselor.
So there's no like specific job scope or anything.
My job scope is mainly just to have control for all the prefects, make sure they are well organized and attend their duties and so on, so that everything will run smoothly in the school.
So you said that you were elected as a prefect ever since Standard 4.
Yes.
So during those years, what exactly was your leadership capabilities that appealed to the teachers to elect you as a prefect?
So ever since I was young, here's a funny thing. My class teacher actually mentioned that I was a gentleman. As,
Oh my god, okay.
hear me out though, because like normally he'll observe my actions and so on, and he would say that I'm a gentleman, which I wouldn't deny. Hopefully everyone agrees. Yeah.
Okay.
So and also I've uphold like major integrity parts, like I prefer to have equal rights among each and every person, no matter their background, gender, or even their race. So this is actually quite important and something that we have to strive together to achieve equivalent.
So you went to a multiracial school?
Yes.
Oh, I see. So one thing that I am particularly interested about, especially for people who had these types of positions at such a young age, as a prefect in primary school, primary school students are very, very lively.
Mischievous. Yeah.
Mischievous, exactly. So how exactly did you go about trying to control these students?
Actually, back in primary school, I would say that I'm also someone that's mischievous, but
Okay.
but as I'm appointed as a prefect, I definitely have to take up my responsibilities and play my role. So that is why I've transformed myself and controlled myself not to be as mischievous as before, to take up the responsibility and control the rest of the students.
I see.
So, like, aside from positions, are there any ECAs that really build your characters, you know?
Okay, this question leads to my hobby actually. So one of my hobbies is actually fencing. You guys know sport fencing?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's also known as another gentleman sport. Yeah. So I would say that typically, every sport takes up lots of mental power and also the determination for you in order to achieve success or even have some accomplishments. So I'm attending like sports in fencing, and I would say that fencing definitely trained my mental to be more stable, and also meanwhile having equivalent in sports and also academic. So achieving well balance is actually pretty nice.
When did you start?
Yeah, when did you start fencing?
Started fencing when I was in Form 1,
Oh.
as because my secondary school had a fencing club, which is started by my cousin, and he motivated me to join that club.
I see. Because fencing is a very alien sport to us.
Yeah.
Especially in our type of school, we don't have fencing as a sport. So other than fencing, is there any other like ECAs that help shape you to become the character that you are today?
Okay, so I love this subject typically in mathematics and sciences. So I've joined like lots of competitions such as culture science, the chemistry, international chemistry quiz organized by
International.
Australia, and also the quiz kimia kebangsaan.
Oh, yeah.
I've got high distinction for 2 consecutive years during Form 4 and Form 5. Yeah, this really, I would say, that motivated me to further continue my studies and to see the better future. Yeah.
Did you join Kangaroo?
Yes, I did.
What did you get?
A silver though.
Oh, still.
I was aiming for a gold. Yeah.
I mean, like, honorable mention, that's enough for us, you know.
Nah.
For us, it's enough.
Yeah.
So, okay, so during secondary school, you were elected as a prefect, right?
Yes.
So, were you elected or did you like apply for that position?
Actually, is recommended. So we have to get like recommendation letters from our class teachers for all the subjects. And if you receive the letter, means you are applicable to be one of the prefects.
Oh, okay, I see.
But there are still like interview phases or you automatically become one.
No, you have to go through a certain probation period where to be a probate of the prefectorial board, you have to go through a interview.
Ah, I see. So was that interview conducted by the prefects or by the teachers?
It's interviewed by both teachers and the seniors.
Ah, I see.
So very good.
It's very good. It's very like
a very good candidate.
because back at my school there was no like filter or anything. So in the end we don't really have like quality prefects. Yeah.
to be fair. So leadership isn't only about the idea. What like the moment, because you joined prefect, right? What was the moment in your lifetime that made you like, okay, I want to run for prefect?
So this started when I was in primary school where I saw some people getting bullied
Ooh.
and
Okay.
I stood up for him, and luckily enough, this fellow was like standard 6 and back then I was standard 4.
Wait, you rescued a person who was bullied. So was the bully standard 6 or was the person being bullied standard 6?
Oh, the person bullying people is standard 6
Okay.
and the victim was actually one of my friends.
I see.
And I took up the courage and stepped up to voice out and also assisted him to like report it to the teachers and also ask the standard 6 student to like stop bullying. So I definitely think I did a good deed. Yeah.
So what was your feeling back then? Like, were you scared or
Were you anxious?
Yeah.
I would say definitely yeah, because
Really?
you're facing someone that's larger than you in size, and you definitely feel the fear in your bones.
But what pushed you to take action?
Because I was a prefect back then, and I think I have the need, as I would uphold like integrity, and also it's one of my responsibilities.
I see.
I see. So speaking of seniors, I would like to go back to the fact that you became a prefect back in Form 1.
Yes.
So how would it be in the experience as a prefect during Form 1, trying to control students who are older than you?
So I would say that our seniors had educated us that if you're facing problems, you can just approach the seniors and they'll educate you on how do you control the seniors. But in my case, I wouldn't approach the seniors, but instead I've created my own solution. So my solution is actually being friends with the seniors that are older than me. So this is like one of the major ways that you are able to communicate with them well, as they will treat you as a friend instead of someone that's actually controlling you.
Yeah, but I think that's very hard because back in my school, I don't know about your school, but we were treated as in different batches, right?
Yeah.
So like trying to integrate ourselves with different batches is a very, very hard thing to do.
They have their own hierarchy.
Yeah, like very hierarchy. So like as a Form 1 student trying to interact with Form 4, Form 5, like don't.
Especially like in the closed environment, when the fully residential school, like so
Yeah,
we live
yeah.
with each other. If you make one mistake, you're going to
You're
be
gonna
like,
pay for it, man.
oh.
You're gonna pay for it. So what exactly did you do to like have a bond with your seniors?
Connect with them.
Yeah.
Actually, the situation that you guys mentioned, it's quite understandable, as I've experienced it myself back in secondary school. But the solution is just to have a great conversation with them. So for example, you're having a duty and you're controlling the noise level inside the class. So just be nice to them. Don't be too harsh or say like, I'll report to the teachers and so on if you don't do well, if you don't listen to me. Instead, just have a good chat with them. I believe that everyone in their inner heart, they will actually tend to listen to you instead of wanting to go against you. So that's why I took up the path of communicating with them. I would say that communication is very important, not only in your duties, but also in life too.
I see.
So like for coming here to KY, what was the one thing that you really holds dear to your heart and something that you learned and you really want to bring to KY?
Okay, this story started when I first stepped into KY.
Okay.
Quite interesting. As the first day of KY, all of us were sitting in chairs, right? The red chairs inside the Great Hall. And I saw Sancher and Jordan, our president and our vice president, they were talking in front of the stage, in front of the podium. And ever since I was in secondary school, I've very motivated that I've said to myself, I would like to join into the student council when I step into my college. And that's the first day I met Sancho and Jordan. I told them that I would like to be a part of the student council in KY.
So, these positions aren't small positions, and there's a big responsibility that comes with them. So, can you just tell us of a time where during your stint as a prefect in secondary school or maybe even primary school, we had to face a problem where there are different needs by both the students and the teachers? And how did you come up with a solution to satisfy both parties?
That's a great question. So, solutions for both, which suits for both
Has
parties.
that ever happened in your school?
Typically, back in my secondary school, our prefectorial board works quite differently compared to the student council in KY currently. So, my prefectorial board was mainly just to control the students. So, every activities, every assemblies is mostly organized by the prefectorial board itself instead of the teachers. So I was appointed as the secretary when I was in Form 4. There was controversies and also debates between the seniors and the teachers that I was supposed to be appointed as the head boy. But unfortunately, due to some circumstances that I wouldn't want to say, I did not become the head boy instead.
So the high court in your school was elected during Form 4 lah.
Yes.
So they served during Form 4?
There's 2 periods of it, which is during Form 2 and Form 4. Form 2 is for the minor roles, for example, like councillors. And as for Form 4, it's for the major comms.
So what about during Form 5?
There will be selection during Form 4, and the uptaking role will be happening during Form 5.
I see. Okay, I understand it now. So during KY, what other leadership positions or other organizations, because especially in KY there's a lot of organizations, what have you joined in KY thus far?
So typically I've joined nothing.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
This actually, I've already set this in mind before I've entered KY, that I would want to focus mainly on student council as I'm running for the president instead of other poses. Yes. I would believe that if you're doing something in life, you have to excel in a certain thing instead of being an all-rounder. Through this, you are able to actually achieve your goals so that it's not that diverse and you are able to focus on something that you really is passionate about and you have motive and goal in that certain part of field.
Yeah. Talking about your student council, running for president especially, but back in secondary school you were a secretary. So is there any reason why you didn't run for secretary?
Yeah.
Here's the genuine part. I've been appointed as the secretary for most of my committee roles. For example, in the mathematics club, in the fencing club, and also in the prefectorial club. But I was appointed for a short period of time as the captain of the 24 season drum club. And I would say that I've done enough with secretary. I'm enough, man.
Secretary is a ton of work,
Yeah, I understand.
Making paperwork.
To be honest, I don't really mind the paperwork. It's my responsibility. I have to carry it. But I would want to challenge myself. Instead of being the secretary again, I would rather go for the vice president or the president.
Is there a main reason why you want president specifically and not other roles such as treasurer or vice president?
Okay, so I'm actually up with president or the vice president, as I would say both works well. But at the end, it's all about contributing to our student council and also to the KYUM community. So I've prepared lots of manifestos, which I think it's more suitable for me to be the president of the student council so that I'm able to execute all these manifestos and make it real so that all of us KY students are able to enjoy our life in this forest.
Is there anything wrong in KY? Either culturally or systematically that things needs change?
Or just about my manifesto lah.
Yelah.
Quite similar.
Boleh lah.
We can talk about my manifesto
Slip
dah.
it in, tapi just talk about problems in KY that you want to
Just
solve.
problem je.
But don't sell out your manifesto lah.
Faham. Okay. So I would say that I've received lots of complaints from not only the students but also the seniors and juniors, which live from very far to the classes and also the cafe. which consists of the washing machine and also the laundry room.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Have you guys encountered that?
Honestly, I don't do my laundry there.
Oh.
So I have no right to say lah.
It's quite far lah because
Yeah.
I live the villa very far there. And I need to walk my way through the field.
Yes.
The laundry is very tiring.
It's very concerning, right?
Even at night, you want to do laundry at night, very, very dangerous.
Very
lah.
scary. Very scary. Especially for the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's something that should be improved lah. So speaking of student council, when you applied for student council, did you feel like any emotion, maybe anxiousness or nervousness, or were you like excited to finally become a student council
Finally, I
member?
have a chance.
Yeah.
No more secretary.
No more secretary. No, but actually, at first I feel a bit excited as finally my opportunity has came to be one of the student council committees. But at the same time, I would say pretty anxious as there are lots to prepare. For example, the manifestos, the posters, and also the communication with the SS department, which is quite important. And I also took trips around the school for a few times just to find out what problems that we actually have in KYUM currently.
So during the whole process, were there any setbacks that held you back?
To be honest, no. It was quite smooth sailing as everyone's cooperative when I've approached them regarding what problems they are facing, what inconvenience they are having right now, and how am I supposed to solve it. Yeah, all of them gave really good feedbacks and so on. So I really appreciate them.
So those are the inputs that you need to make your manifesto, right?
Speaking about my manifesto, I would say that most of my manifestos are quite costly, but it's definitely worth the cost.
Definitely.
And I've communicated with the student service department and they actually gave some kind of approval so that my manifesto is actually valid.
I see.
It's actually the first time I heard that a candidate consult SS.
Yeah, actually, that's actually true.
That's
Like,
very
especially
good.
like for manifestos that have anything to do with cost and it's big changes taken away, I think it's a very good thing that you did to approach SS. But on the subject of manifestos, let's give it a little hearing. What exactly is your manifesto?
Here's a little sneak peek
Uh-huh.
where we mentioned just now that it's quite concerning during at night when we have to do our laundry,
Yeah.
which is quite far at the cafe for those that are staying at the girls' apartment or the chalets or even the villas. So here's the plan. I've contacted SS and they have decided with me that we are going to build a new laundry room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
Actually,
looking
very,
forward to
very
that.
good. Very handy for
So basically, the new laundry room will be consisting of washing machines, which will function similarly with the one at the cafe, and also having the laundry baskets and the containers for us to submit our laundry bags into it, so that we don't have to carry our bags around in the future just to wash our clothes, which is quite concerning and quite a burden, I would say. Yeah, I do not want that. I do not want to do that.
Yeah, true. I agree with that statement. So I don't want to go in too deep with your manifesto. So before we wrap up, we still have a few questions. And one of them is, as we all know, we are not perfect as human beings. So what exactly do you think is your main weakness?
My main weakness is actually, I would say, indecisive. Because I would say that myself is a overthinker. I would think too much. For example, if you gave me one solution today, I would think like for quite some time, like maybe
Debatable.
1 week, about whether this solution is actually doable, like strategically or even logically, is it doable? Or are there better solutions that I'm able to think of and submit it for us student councils to discuss among ourselves so that we are able to execute this even better and smoothly? Or should we use the original one, which is given and proposed by someone else? So I'll say that I'm an overthinker, quite indecisive, but in a good way.
I see.
So what is a solution that you can cure your indecisiveness? What's your tip?
So far, my main concern is in being indecisive, of course, but the solution is actually just to approach others and ask for their opinion. So I believe that everyone deserves to have their voices heard by each and every person, one of us, and being able to voice out to all of us so that everyone's voices can be heard. This is very important for us to achieve equality among each other. Yes.
So before we wrap up, I think it's about time
Yes.
that you have a little bit of a segment where you talk directly to the voters. So as you can see, the largest camera over there, you can look directly into it, and if you have anything you want to say directly to the voters, you have your chance right now.
Stage of yours.
Yep.
Thank you. Hello to all my fellow friends at KYUEM. I am Lim Ethan, and during the manifesto night, please come down and listen to us. And also, your vote is the essence for us to build a better future so that we are able to communicate with one another, and I'm able to voice out for you. So let me be your beacon of hope so that we are able to construct a better KYUM and a more convenient society for us to live in.
Yeah. And that is a wrap for
That's
today's
a wrap.
episode. That's done for the 5th episode of Brief Departure. Thank you once again, Lim Ethan,
Thank you.
for joining us and sharing your vision and a little bit about yourself.
And to all our listeners, your vote matters. Whoever it is, it matters, okay? Sorry.
And the student council elections are occurring on the 20th of February. So make sure that you guys pull up to the GH to listen to the candidates' visions, their manifestos. So make sure that you guys can make an informed decision when voting. Stay tuned for next episode. And once again, thank you to our sponsor, Bankies, for sponsoring today's video. The link will be in the description if there is a link. So stay tuned for next episode where we will interview another candidate that will share their vision. But until next time, goodbye.